shouts of joy from the group when I told them that we were going to get to have a concert. It's been about 20 months since our last concert, and so we love to ring, and so it's fun to have a concert. The piece you just heard is called Shouts of Acclamation by Jason Krug for 12 bells, with or without piano. Several bell composers sort of stepped up during the pandemic and actually wrote pieces without bell changes and for smaller ensembles so that we could play socially distanced, masked, however we had to do it. Jason is one of the more prolific writers. I mean, he can crank them out. It's amazing. But what's really cool is he does a great job of writing musically satisfying pieces, both for the bell ringer, for those bell ringers, we've played those quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, and those aren't very fun for us. We can make them musical as we can, but sometimes they're not very fun for us. But Jason really does a nice job with that. The next two pieces we will play are also written by Jason. I don't know about you, but I've been going through several phases during COVID. Phase one I said is okay, this will be a 2-week thing, a little inconvenience. Then I'll get back on to life. Then it was, okay, this is not going to be quick. And that became the canceling of, our spring concert and all of that stuff. And then there was, I'll call it the introspection phase of, okay, what are we doing? What's God doing? This isn't necessarily fun. Then we sort of went into the find diversions phase, right? Okay, now that I have to stay home, what am I going to do? Then for me, there was the getting back to God phase of things. Okay, God, you have a plan. I'll go with the plan. I have to go with the plan, whether I like it or not. I got to go with the plan. Then there was the new normal. And then there was the back to normal, which obviously by you guys having to wear masks, we're still waiting on. But that's okay. The next piece is called Pastoral and is reflective of what I refer to as the introspection phase of our journey. It's a little melancholy at times, but it brings to mind fields of flowers, at least for me, and a babbling brook. So afterwards, I'm going to ask you what you think of it. Then after Pastoral, we'll play a piece called Diversion. So Pastoral by Jason Krug. visions of fields or babbling brooks or anything else?
You can see running water, brooks, and streams.
Running water, okay, so I'm not crazy, thank you, Ren.
And I like the sound between the bells and
The bells and the chimes, yeah,
it's neat.
it's very cool. All right, so this next piece is Diversion by Jason Fruit. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to give special acknowledgement to Michaela Lum, who is agreed to be our accompanist and did a couple extra practices and all that good stuff with us. So while Jason's pieces are nice without piano, the piano adds so much to it, so it really make it blossom. So the last piece was called Diversion. I confess, I did not get into the sourdough bread making diversion that everybody was doing at the beginning of the pandemic. But I did find other diversions. One of the diversions that Handbell folks did was the advent of virtual classes and individuals ringing their parts to a song via click track in your ears. I admit, learning how to record yourself playing, only hearing your part and not looking at the director was hard. Now that I've done it, it's really easy, but it was hard at the beginning. Typically, July or August is when I start thinking about South County's Christmas program. And in 2020, I was at a loss because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to plan a Christmas program with 5 octaves of bells, and that's what gets me my jollies, if you will. So I was really bummed, to say the least. But after my bum phase, I was like, why can't we do a masked ring piece of a big, huge gonzo Christmas piece and share it with churches so that the churches could have big Christmas pieces? I did have people say, why do you guys like masked ringing anyways? And for those of you that don't know what masked ringing is, that's when like 100 people ring at once. They're all in the same facility and they all, and for those of us that are not the super duper A+ ringers, we get off on it because that makes us just sound that much better. It's like, hey, I really did this and it sounded really cool. So we had our skeptics, but we forged ahead. In early November, we were able to get together a group of 14 ringers with the director and record the video so that we could have the workshop. And then on November 21st, 80 plus people participated in a virtual workshop, learning 2 big Christmas pieces under the direction of Alex Ebert. And some of the members of South County actually met in my garage, socially distanced, and rang their heart out. Now, I somewhat wish I was with them. I was one of the ones that had to be the panelist, so I had to yak and do Zoom all day. But they got to have fun. Then folks recorded themselves ringing the parts to a click track. And I apologize, but I know it's not Christmas, but I'd like to share with you the results of one of those songs. This is Carol of the Bells by Alex Ebert, performed by the Christmas Handbells 2020 Virtual Mastering Ensemble. See how many South County Community Handbell members you can see. Please work. So we have Scott Anderson, Susan Mackey, me, Sunny, Angela, and Annika. Yeah. Yeah, Annika was in there. She actually got to be in the last frame of the 9. Oh, and Fran was in there too. She's joining our choir, but she ran in with us. Okay, and I confess, that was my idea. I thought it was good. Another ranger that really stepped up during COVID was a gentleman named Mitchell Ethan. And the next 2 pieces we will play are arranged by him. The first is Be Thou My Vision. I guess this is sort of when I began to get closer to God and understanding that it's His vision, you know, we should use, not mine. So this is written for 8 bells and piano. I actually adapt adapted it for, because I liked it so much, to do as a solo here at Gloria Day. And today we play another adaptation of it that adds chimes to the mix. Enjoy Be Thou My Vision by Mitchell Ethan. How Can I Keep From Ringing? How Can I Keep From Singing is arranged by Mitchell Ethan and is written for 8 bells and piano. We again have adapted the piece a bit to fit the ringers we have, as well as to include in this song singing bells. For those that don't know the song's words, the second verse includes, "Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear its music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing?" For many of us, handbells give us that soul-soothing and satisfying place with God. It certainly does for me, whether doing a solo, playing with my community group, or playing with my church group. While the ringers get set, I'll tell you a brief personal story that fits the adage that COVID will not keep me from ringing. Due to COVID, I was not afforded the opportunity to do any kind of ringing on Christmas Eve at church, which was definitely a first in more than 30 years for me. Talk about putting me into introspection and depression, okay? I face, that. But alas, God does provide. For whatever reason, the kids on our street were always around in the weeks leading up to Christmas, and we have a French bulldog that my husband walks around the neighborhood, and so all the kids love Bobby and Bruiser, and so they're always around the house. And many folks were talking about how they were going to miss Christmas Eve services because a lot of people weren't having them, and So remember how I said that thing of getting out of the bum phase back here and ended up with Carol of the Bells? Well, I put together a little program in our driveway that had me doing a bell tree peal in the beginning of the service and Joy to the World at the end. And in between, the kids rang and sang, "O Come All Ye Faithful," and read the Christmas story according to Linus. Then we closed singing Silent Night with candles. At the beginning of the event, it was sort of like at 1:59 today, All it was the kids' families. But when we sang Silent Night and I finally turned around and all the candles, there was like 40 or 50 people there. And that was just like so cool. As it turns out, Christmas Eve 2020 was probably one of the most meaningful Christmas Eve services that I've had in quite a while. So, how can I keep from singing by Mitchell Eaton? you to come up here because I'm about to. This is Mary Purdue from Family Assistance Ministry. We are taking a free will offering today to keep everything kosher. You can put it in the box, or as we refer to it, the giving bell. And if you'd like to donate online, you can do it by going to family-assistance.org, and you'll be guided to making a donation. And then I'll let Mary talk.
Okay, I wasn't prepared to, but I can, you know.
Or you can read what I say, either way.
I'll just say this, that was absolutely beautiful. See, what a work of art that is. So beautiful, right? Every year I'm inspired by the themes that Sharon puts together and how fun it is, kind of musical, I guess. So it is, I don't have a musical bone in my body, so this is really, really wonderful. I could tell you this, right now, as you know, the things that are happening in our community, a whole lot of people are about to face eviction because of the rent moratorium being lifted. In California, we have a 3-month stay on that, but it just keeps adding up for people. So you have a single mom who is in arrears in her rent by $18,000. There's no way she's gonna be able to take care of that, right? So we were able to obtain some government grants that will help a whole lot of people to the tune of almost $13 million. That'll help a lot of people not become homeless. To get more focused on kids right now, what we're looking at is back to school. And we're trying to equip the kids to be able to go back to school for as positive a performance that they can do, just equip them with cool backpacks and supplies. So that's what we're focusing on these next couple of weeks. So if you're so inclined, you can feel free to donate to that. We want to make sure that all kids 0 through 12th grade have what they need in order to have a successful school year. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. If you think of something, in the next few weeks and you have a question about it, or you know somebody that you think is struggling, please point them in our direction. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you. I think I have my act together enough, I can tell you this. One of the things that South County Community Handbell Choirs have done and Gloria Day has done is to provide hygiene kits to Family Assistance Ministries on a couple of occasions. And this spring I dropped off about 50 kits and doing the no contact mask procedure. So I, opened the lid of my car and they took them out. But what was really, really cool was I heard the volunteer as she was pulling them out going, "Oh, these are the good ones." And that just tickled my heart. That just made my heart sing. Like Mary said, you may not realize it, but besides truly homeless people, FAM serves families and the elderly. It's amazing when I talk to them about the elderly that have issues. And so being able to give them a kit that has a full-size shampoo and toothpaste and that kind of stuff, it's amazing what that does, because that allows them to buy some food. And FAM does great as far as supplying food. When I was in that same line, I was watching the people in front of me, and there was a box, and then another box, and it was just so cool, so cool. So thank you, Mary, and like I said, any money that you put in the offering there does go directly to FAM. The next song is backed by Jason Crew, and it's called Radiance. And when I hear this song, I think of the sun's rays being able to be seen as the sun rises, and then we get to see the full sun in all its glory. Enjoy Radiance. stretch here. Thank you for coming today and supporting us. We really do appreciate your support for the handbell ringing community. While we do enjoy each other's company at rehearsals and enjoy playing together, it really warms our hearts when we get to perform for an audience. So we have not finalized everything for the holiday season yet, but check back on our website. We will have things posted there soon. Most likely we'll have an event at the outlets on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and it's called the Great Christmas Ring. And if you ring handbells in any choirs or whatever, it is open to ringers. So last time we did it, which would have been Christmas 2019, we had like 25 ringers, and it was really fun. Played Christmas songs in front of the tallest Christmas tree in the West Coast, I think is what they say it is. And it was really fun. Then we're working with the CASA to ring there on the 4th, Saturday the 4th. And then we will be having a benefit Christmas concert for FAM. As long as the Delta variant goes away, we'll be doing that. If bells touched your heart today and you'd like to ring in a group, we're looking for ringers, okay? We have taken people that didn't read a lick of music, and we've taught them to ring and made them a part of our group, and we've also taken great musicians, like Scott is probably our most recent addition, and he plays organ and piano, and we've turned him into a bell ringer, and he likes it, so that's good. So we'd be happy to have you. Also, if you're a ringer or director, the LA Metro region of Handbell Musicians of America Area 12 is putting on a Bell Jubilee on October 30th at Laguna Beach Press. And our whole intention with that workshop is to get people back into the swing of ringing. And Christian Giebert will be doing that. It's so much fun to work with these guys. You know, they're dear friends, and when I'm down, they pick me up. And a special thanks to Michaela for working so hard with us and keeping our tempos going. So, for this piece, we've added a few ringers, because what I wanted to do was sort of in this piece, or in this concert, with what we consider our normal, which is a full choir. So we're actually ringing 4 octaves of bells. So Melissa, Fran, Shelby, and Marina, thank you. The greatest thing was when I texted Melissa and said, hey, are you available? I said, it's like getting the band back together, because she hasn't run with us for a few years for a couple of reasons. And it is, it's like getting the band back together, but Fran is going to be a new member of our band, so I am very, very excited. This piece is called Acclamation in G minor by Karen Thompson. So I hope this concert has touched your heart. It makes my heart sing that you guys have come out and watched us. So, Acclamation in G minor. Thank you. And if you guys have any questions, if you've never rung bells before, come on up. We'll teach you about that. If you're interested in the Bell Jubilee workshop, I got flyers for that. Thanks again for coming.